Welcome to 5 Minutes, your quick dive into the wide-ranging world of insurance, technology, and leadership. I'm Miguel Edwards, and I'll be your guide as we explore these topics that are transforming not just the insurance industry, but the business world at large. Along with sharing observations I've made over the span of my career in insurance, technology, and operations, I'll be chatting with some of the brightest minds in business and leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or a rising star, an industry expert, or just curious about how technology is revolutionizing insurance, this is your perfect spot for your weekly dose of insights. This is 5 Minutes.
Mexico is graduating anywhere between 65 to 100,000 IT-related graduates per year. And in that scale, if you go to Guatemala, you go to Panama, you go to Costa Rica, to all these countries, you will have that too. And you will also have the IBMs and the Walmarts and the HPs doing business in those countries. So you'll find great talent.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a little bit of a great advantage or fortune, especially in my last role where you and I partnered, where for the first time I was running an IT organization that spanned multiple Latin American countries. So I got to see it firsthand. And in fact, one of the things that was so eye-opening to me was the incredible investment that governments are continuing to make in churning out that level of IT talent. And in places like Mexico and places like Costa Rica, you're seeing that that there's actually this massive investment from larger companies, Infosys and HP and all of these big companies that are investing in IT talent in these countries. And I wouldn't have seen it myself with my own eyes had I not had to travel to visit my teams that were located in those areas. So I'm glad that I got to round the curve, not only just with you, but only in my own experiences and seeing the incredible investment. Yeah, it's fantastic. One of the things that I wanted to ask you about is I got to believe that there are companies that are considering on their own, as part of their own organizations, building nearshore operations in Latin American countries, especially as you think about kind of India is actually becoming not cost competitive anymore. The labor rates and the turnover, it continues to be a challenge there, and so folks are looking for additional options. What do you say to, and what kind of advice do you give to a company that has the wherewithal, has the financial wherewithal and the scale to launch a nearshore operation? What kind of advice do you offer to a company like that wants to invest in their own operation?
It's got to be an initiative that brings all the different areas of a corporation into the project, into the idea. So you need people on the legal, on the HR, on the finance. It's if you're going to set an operation, pretty much you have to set up a legal entity, and that legal entity is going to have to be tied to you. So right. That's the first thing. The second thing is, okay, so what exactly are you trying to accomplish? If you're going to do development, if you're going to do business process work, if you're going to do just support, and then you have to then look at the countries, and first of all you have to look at the talent availability for what you're specifically looking at doing. So once you have that, you need to go to the place and partner with somebody local that can guide you and that can, present you with government officials. Because, when a company decides to open a facility in a city, like the example I have that I lived by myself was Guadalajara in Mexico. Opening a center for Perot Systems in Guadalajara was a big thing for the Guadalajara community and for the Guadalajara government. So, there's a lot of incentives for that.
Got it. Yeah, big, huge undertaking, and I guess it makes the case to leverage a company like yours that already has the infrastructure, that already has the recruiting pipelines, et cetera. That it makes that case. It's kind of fascinating as you think about the future and you think about the future of IT trends, the future of insurance, what are you seeing and what are you preparing for in your organization to be ready for that future? What types of things are you watching out for?
Well, I mean, I think that there's no question about how much the needs for people, for talent, are growing continuously, and the pace that the world is generating IT talent is far away from that.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.